I think it's time to get into the tier list.
Remember,
I will have it up on the screen for all you audio listeners. Sorry, but grow up.
Yeah, bad. Nah, we'll
No,
reiterate
the
where
audio.
we
No,
place them.
we'll say where we place them and everything.
Yeah.
And
My beautiful detail.
Spotify has video as well, so if you want to look, by all means.
Have a sass.
Yeah.
All
All right. Well, let's get straight into it. First up, we've got N'Golo Kante.
Huge. Well,
And the funny thing is, I want to say the Saudi teams that they're going to, but I just forget all the names.
Give me 1 second. Al Ittihad.
Yep, there you go.
So,
Etihad Stadium.
are we talking
No,
about? Alright,
yeah.
So, when we talk about the elites, and so on and so forth.
Oh yeah, quickly we've got S tier, which
Yep.
is the top, and A, B, C, D.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we've
That's good to know.
got B's middle, S is the top of the top, and then D is stinker.
The shit.
Yeah, and then in between them, obviously.
The penny stocks, bro.
So it's kind of hard to rate all of the Saudi ones because you don't really know what's going to happen there.
That's what. So I'm thinking. I don't want to say we put all those transfers in the same tier because I think it's more about how much quality he or the player still has.
And how much they can give to the league.
Yeah,
You know?
to the team in terms
Yeah.
of their position too. Like obviously we don't know about these teams they're joining. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Come on, don't be
Yeah.
ridiculous. But I feel like now that we're starting on N'Golo Kante, I think literally last season, if he was fit, he was probably the best CDM in the world.
Mhm.
If he was fit. Like even though he'd come back from injury, he'd come back. Yeah, he may have a few wonky games, but dude, he would be quick to get back to his best.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm gonna judge these because we're not so much judging the player as much as we're judging the signing for that club, and I'm gonna judge these clubs as if they're European clubs, because they want to be one of the top leagues.
Okay,
You
all right.
know? So I'm gonna judge them kind of harshly.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'm actually gonna want to put Kante in like B or C
Wow.
because he's great and all, but how much
Okay.
is he gonna play?
I feel like in terms of the standard he's gonna bring to the team though.
Yeah.
I think
But
he's
is he-
obviously gonna raise it.
Is he gonna play 10%, 20% of the games? He's gonna stay fit,
I think
and
he just couldn't.
he's getting paid a lot of money.
I feel like he couldn't keep up with the pace of the Premier League though. I think that's why he was constantly injured.
Maybe he'll
though.
play more.
Yeah, I feel like the managers he's been under the last few years have asked a lot out of their midfielders, and I'm not saying he was unfit or anything like that. I think it's just his age potential, and he's been how in terms of longevity, like how long is he supposed to be able to run the way he did? Like it was
Yeah.
inhuman, like in terms
Yeah.
of his standard, in terms of what he brought. It was just that's why I feel like if you pop him in that league, I know we're trying to look at them as like a top 5 league, and you're going to grade them based on that. But for me,
Yeah.
I feel like I have to look past that with him, and it's just like in terms of the standard he brings, and what his performance will be every week. It's just easy to see in my mind that he's going to be killing it every game, and I feel like he's going to just be able to run rings around their midfielders
Sure,
in
sure.
their respective leagues. So
And to be fair, there was no transfer fee; it was free. So
Yeah.
they're just paying a big contract. So where would you put him?
I'd put him for Al Ittihad. I'd put him in A.
A? Yeah. Oh, all right.
I'll put him in A.
You've convinced me that much.
Nah, don't
Yeah,
be silly.
yeah.
No, don't be silly.
Well, yeah, no.
Look, this is very. I think this is very. In terms of, you just have to know where you're talking from. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's about the position you're in. It's subjective. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think if he stays fit, 100% A.
Yeah, if he stays fit.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, and that's why I feel like the Premier League was a standard in which he just couldn't live up to anymore. I
Yeah.
think his body is just not giving out, but he had recurring injuries.
He did, yes.
So it wasn't just random; it was the same things happening to him. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway, next up we've got Granit Xhaka going back to Bayer Leverkusen.
what do you
There's
think?
not honestly, it's sort of like a go back to your home club.
Feels
sort of
sort of.
towards the end of your career, like you're stepping back from the top of the top tier Arsenal. I think I thought he was great last season. I'm surprised they're getting rid of him, but I guess they're getting their upgrade in Havertz.
Bruh, they've got Declan Rice coming in, so that's going to allow
Yeah.
for Partey to basically jump up in that position.
I think
Um,
Partey's linked with Saudi move as well.
I don't know if
So
that's
I
going
don't
to
know.
go through. I think he's just gone quiet. He didn't know where he was going to be in the
Yeah,
midfield, and I think now that Granite's gone, I think he might stay.
maybe.
I think you're right. I think it is more towards more likely happening.
Well, they've
But
got if they're gonna play Havertz in midfield, which is what I think they should do, then Havertz and Declan Rice are clear upgrades on just Xhaka and Partey.
I feel like Havertz, he's more of a attacking player though. You know what I mean?
No,
Where
he's gonna play. Well, 'cause
he's not a two-way player.
Xhaka was sort of playing that role. They'll play like how Man City plays.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
we'll get to that when we get to Havertz.
Yeah,
Anyway,
true.
Xhaka going back to Bayer Leverkusen. I think he was top tier last season, so I think that's actually a really good signing for Leverkusen.
I think so too, but I've got a little note here, and I feel like, look, I've had my reservations about him for a long time. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think he is a good player, but he's not as good as what everyone thinks he is. He's gonna be exposed at Leverkusen. I think that Arsenal team's just very good and allowed him to advance a lot, same as our Switzerland side does. I think put anyone in his position, they're gonna do just as well. So, honestly, I feel like that's for me. It'd be a C signing.
See? Okay.
Yeah, it's towards the end of his like career too. Like honestly, he moved very well last season. Like very surprisingly, you're right.
yeah.
But like I said, put anyone in his position. If you're gonna upgrade him at Arsenal, I feel like they can get. What I'm saying is, in his position, they can get more out of it.
Yeah. I think that's the slightest bit harsh.
Okay,
I'd put him B,
yeah, fair enough.
so it's close.
Yeah, let's go fuck
I don't
myself
know.
then. It's fine.
Yeah, you do
It's
that.
all good.
I'm just gonna put him in
kidding.
B. I'm controlling the computer. I'm putting him in B. So
Oh, we're not. Oh, we're doing. Okay, so how
Yeah.
about this? We'll find a middle ground. If I say S, you say D, we put him in B.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll find a
Yeah.
middle ground.
Yeah,
but if
yeah,
it's
yeah.
A and B,
Yeah, well,
then we
B,
might need to
B
fight
or
it
C.
out.
Well, do you want to fight this? Because I put him in B. Or maybe if you want to wait
know
for something
what?
else, I'll give you a.
You were a bit lenient with me before Conte. For Conte, yeah. All right, fine.
cool.
We'll leave him at B.
Alright,
We'll
cool.
leave him at B.
Ah, cool.
So Granit
Um,
Xhaka is a B rated signing for
yeah.
Leverkusen from Arsenal.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
done.
think so.
Easy.
James
Not easy, but
Madison. James Daniel Madison.
Big Danny boy. Big Danny boy, mate, my favorite player in Europe. Unbelievable. No. You know what? What do you think?
I think he's unreal. I don't think he's S tier, but I think he's unreal.
Look, Ange Ball, we're still yet to see the best out of it. We've only seen the 3-2 loss to West Ham here in Perth, or here in Australia, but in Perth, sorry. I think Madison's going to suit Ange Ball very, very well.
Yeah.
He
What happens if Harry Kane leaves though? Are their assist numbers going to go down because he's going to be providing balls for Richarlison instead?
Ange isn't really too fussed about a big boy striker. I think he gets a lot of attacking output from everyone in the forward third anyway, and also his midfielders, especially like he allows for his eights to progress really high up the pitch because the fullbacks come in. As in a pivot sort of role, they hold the midfield and then allow for even the centre backs to be another passing option. So Ange Ball is very dynamic. It's very attacking. It's high volume. It's full on, and I feel like James Madison is a very good fit for them. You said I wouldn't put him in S tier.
While you've been talking, I've sort of been looking at the other players here and thinking, are any of these signings worth an S more than Madison deserves an S? And I kind of think, we should just put him in S for now.
I think I think he's S. I think he's going to look. There's no Ange bias here. I'm just talking about in terms of what he brought to Leicester. His progressive chances, his progressive passing. Sorry. was like second to none in terms of midfielders in the comp. Like he's one of the best at it. If you include wingers in that, it's when it sort of all changes. He's typically more a central player. He doesn't have the pace to be a winger in Ange ball anyway. So I think he's going to be. I think it just gives him a license to stay in that middle part of the pitch and just create and push forward. And he's just an unbelievable chance taker, man, as well.
Yeah. All right. I think we should start flying through this a bit more. We'll stop on the main ones, but otherwise we'll be here all night.
Yeah, there's a few here. Yeah.
We've got Gundogan to Barcelona.
Man, do you know what my first thought was? Like, City, you literally gave away the most clutch player in the last 2 seasons.
It's so true. It's so true.
His
goals
every time.
His goals win them the league.
The league, bro, he's just always there. He's always there, man. He's always scoring in cup finals as well. Don't get me started, bro. That first 10, 14 fucking seconds of the FA Cup final. I'm feeling sick talking about it. Can we just forgive? Why'd you bring this up, bro? Seriously.
All right. Anyways, but we're talking about how he's going to fit in at Barcelona in that midfield.
Why always make this about me? Yeah.
All right. But how's he going to fit into Barca's midfield? You know, you got Gavi, Pedri.
He starts ahead of them every day of the week. Do
you reckon? Yeah?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. I don't know, man. I feel like the Gavi Pedri hype hasn't lessened, but they're a lot better than what we thought they would be. Yeah. But now they've sort of hit like a plateau at the moment. They're still, you watch, they'll come out next season bloody firing.
Yeah.
But that's obviously subject to what Barcelona's doing in the window too.
Yeah, I think it's a great. I think A.
Yeah. I think A because I think Barca as a team. When I'm looking at these grades too, it's also what they, in terms of what the benchmark is versus what they can actually achieve. With Maddison, put him in S because I feel like he can elevate Tottenham again and not finish 7th or 8th or wherever they're used to sticking to. Whereas with Gundogan and Barcelona, I think Barcelona are very used to, and he is very used to winning Champions Leagues, obviously.
Yeah.
I hate the fact I brought that up. Anyway,
it's all right.
Winning league titles, winning domestic cups. I think Gundogan can provide that, but whether or not Barca's up to play, I don't know. Yeah, they won the league last season.
Yeah.
Cool, but I don't know. I feel like Real Madrid, if they got through City, which was always going to be an ask, and you know the fixtures being the reverse way around, in terms of home and away, being that City finished started the tie at home.
Yeah,
didn't they? Wait.
They
started.
So no,
they started the tie away, and they did really well, and then
they just killed it in the second leg. Yeah.
Anyway, all I'm trying to say is Real Madrid, if they got through that and won the Champions League, I would have looked at Real Madrid's season as more successful as Barcelona's, but obviously wasn't the case. I just feel like the La Liga has lost its feel. Anyway, I'm just heading back to Barcelona, and their expectations versus what they could potentially get next season. I don't think they're going to do anything, and I think, that's why he's an A. He's on an S. If he was an S, I think it's because that's the final piece that can progress them further than they could have imagined, you know?
Yeah. Not wrong. Yeah. Anyway, next up, we've got Matt Doherty going back. Oh, Doherty? I don't even know.
It depends on where you are.
Yeah, it depends where you live, man.
It depends on your accent.
Yeah, but he's going back to...
It might be Doherty.
I think it's Doherty.
It might be
Doherty. Anyway. It's Doherty. He's going back to Wolves.
Yes.
What do we think?
I think Wolves get relegated.
Yeah.
So
I don't think
he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be much.
They finished 13th.
Dude.
They only scraped back up there in the last.
That's what I mean. Now scraping.
Yeah.
But I see this team. Look, Luton goes straight down. Obviously, this is the side point. Luton will go straight down, and the rest. Let's see. But I think Wolves have been flirting with relegation for a bit now. So we'll see what happens.
Anyway, Doherty, I think it's like C. Because he's not. D is like
Yeah,
horrible.
He's shit.
Yeah,
Why would
he's
they
not-
do that?
He's not bad. He's just not going to improve him that much.
Mm-hmm.
He's barely going to improve him, if anything. He's just kind of. He's all right. He's there. He
Yeah,
was.
I
He
think
was
you're
really
bang
good.
on.
He was very good when he was there the first time. But since then, he went to Tottenham, bang average. Went to Atletico, bang average.
Alright.
Now he's coming back. Well, is he going to pick up that form again? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, you're bang on. I completely agree. I think for those reasons, 100% is a C.
Yeah.
100%
Yeah.
is a C. Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of Tottenham right backs, Pedro Porro.
Dude.
He was already. We've already seen him for 6 months, to be fair.
Yeah.
But now it's been
Promising.
made permanent and promising.
Promising player. Promising fucking player, man.
honestly,
Seriously.
was
He's in terms of what he can, again, he's going to really suit Ange for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. What did you think of him?
I thought he started off slow, but then he showed some promise as time went on.
Yeah.
So I think, in terms of where to put him, it could be an A.
Like to retain him, like in terms
Yeah,
of
yeah,
if
yeah.
you look at if you look at
I think
other players on that squad, I think it's pretty good. I obviously wouldn't put him S at all.
no. But it could be. There could be a case for A.
Could be, but I think
Maybe
I
B.
still think
It's A or B.
potentially B. He adds depth to the squad as well. Like he can play up the pitch, he can play in a midfielder role too. So I think that's. I
I'm gonna
want
put
to
him
say, yeah, I know it's a case for A, but
top of B.
like you said before, looking at everyone else and what
Yeah.
solicits a S and
There's
A.
there's better is what we're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. I think we'll put him as a B.
Yeah. Yuri Tielemans to Aston Villa. I like it, and honestly, if he kept up, because his form just completely dropped off last season, but before that,
No surprises.
before that season, I really thought he was going to get a top move to a top club, right? And hopefully this move, he can get back his form, because Villa's in a good place right now as well.
Dude,
Unai Emery, good evening.
good evening. He's
He's
doing very well.
they're in a very good place to do well next season, so he could be pretty good, to be fair, and it wasn't too expensive. I don't actually know how much it was, but I don't think it was expensive.
No, I think it was free.
Was it?
Yeah, he ran out of contract. I'm pretty sure. Let me
That
have a
makes
look.
sense.
Let me
Hey, if
assess, let me
that's a
assess.
free transfer, that's A for me.
Don't
Well, actually, but the problem is his form dropped off last season so much.
free.
Free, yeah. Well,
He'll be.
there's a
No, bro. He hated playing there.
Yeah.
Bro. Brendan Rodgers is an absolute fraud,
yeah.
and everyone knows it. Look, you got to Liverpool.
Yeah,
you've got Luis Suarez and fucking everyone, every other Tom, Dick, and Harry who did pretty well in that squad that year. Oh, bro, you have to refresh my memory. But Skirtle and Agger and bloody Steven Gerrard. You know, he's the one guiding the ship, bro. Brendan Rodgers apparently is a bit of a weird unit. So
yeah, I can see
that's
that.
what
I
I've
can see
heard.
that. I can actually see
But
that.
Yuri Tielemans didn't. I just don't think he wanted to be at
To be
Leicester
fair,
anymore.
yeah, you can't really blame him too much for like their performances. Like the whole team just dropped off. It's similar to Chelsea. The whole team just dropped off.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
No one played well.
No morale, man. No morale at all.
So I would actually,
I think
I'll stick him A.
I'd stick him A too.
Yep.
I'd put him A, but look, that's assuming that
He can pick up
his
his
quality
form.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think
Get back to where he was.
he'd be a good if he stays where he is. Still, would be an all right rotational squad player, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good addition to Villa because I think they need another decent like two-way player because he's like he'd basically play behind Maddison at Leicester, so Maddison had a lot of license to go up for, whereas Tielemans would create still, but it'd be like more assisting Maddison.
Yeah.
It'd be like the pass before the pass sort of thing.
Yeah. If he was playing with his top form like 2 seasons ago, and Villa got him on a free, I put that S.
Yeah, far out.
So
But there's no way you're not re-signing him though.
No,
Leicester obviously couldn't re-sign him because they didn't have any leverage. They'll get him fucking relegated. You
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
if Leicester stayed in the Premier League, he potentially could have stayed. But like I said, you're working for a fraud. Yeah, you want to get out of there.
Anyways, next up we've got McAllister.
Mac Alistair.
McAllister.
Bro, I swear he's done some
McAllister.
weird, like it was his grandparents like Scottish or something, and
I
they
don't
flew
know,
to Argentina and just broke their last name up and like,
Yeah.
oh, we're not the McAllisters anymore. Try and find us
Put a
now.
space in there. Put a space in there real quick.
Anyway,
I am tempted to make a case for S.
I'm about to pull my head through a wall after hearing that. Fuck no. I'm complete opposite. I don't.
Yeah?
No, not complete opposite. I'm not saying he's good. He's a D, but I think they could have done with a better. They could have done with a better signing. I think they could have gone out hammer and tong for Jude. You know, I think if they really wanted Bellingham, if they really wanted it, like
I
I think Klopp could have done something about the team during the season about stressing to them about what happens if you get in this get stuck in this little window they're in where they perform badly. And as you know, fan, I know, like when you drop off, you don't attract as good players, and that's why you saw Jordan Hendo whining and dining him and Bellingham in particular, and you know, trying to get the signature across. Like you could see that they really needed a player like him, but it didn't happen, and that's why McAllister's come in. He's obviously a World Cup winner.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's a bad player at all. Like, I'm just saying there could have been a better Sam they could have gone for, but I think for what the team needs, people are gonna hate on me and they're gonna think it's just because I'm a United supporter. I think he's a B level signing, if I'm honest.
Interesting. All right, here's my case. So I think, first of all, Jude obviously would have been the preferred signing, but I just think he wanted Real Madrid the whole time, so I don't know about that one. But the reason he's higher for me is because Liverpool needed someone so badly. And other than Bellingham, what other options was there?
Other than Bellingham, there are others.
Other than McAllister?
At the top of my head, I can't think right now. But in terms of other positions that Liverpool need to,
no. Midfield was
I know
dire.
midfield. I know midfield is dire. But at the end of the day, honestly, man, I'm gonna start sounding fucking crazy here, but they need a right back, man. That Trent bloke, man, he's
to be fair,
he's fucking shit.
They were playing around with moving him into the midfield.
But that's the thing. It's like now Klopp is finally starting to open up to the fact that, okay, maybe he needs to change some things up a little bit. And that's what I mean by you can put Trent in that midfield section. You can get another right back in. You can get other players in there. It just seems, I don't know. It just I can't put a finger on the signing. I just feel like there's something else they could have done.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm trying to make a case for S. You say B. How about we stick him in A?
Yeah, let's put him in A. Let's put him in A.
Next one. Hot topic. Ben Mendy.
Wow. Very hot.
Lorient.
Yeah, in France.
Yeah. I don't really know how to rate this signing.
Look, excluding, I think we sort of have to take in the circumstances of it too. I think giving another player a second chance, as quality as he was, look, it might be a bit risky because he's been out of the game for a couple of years now. But if
you're talking about his quality as a player for that team for free, great.
I think it's really good.
Really
I think it's really good for him.
But look, it is slightly
much
risky
of a
though.
Farmers League it is too.
Yeah.
Look, in terms of just, they must be thrilled to have him.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. I'm thinking A or B.
Yeah, I think like we're talking.
It is a little bit risky.
Are we talking in terms of like the actual team? Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
It's risky because you don't know who's going to come out back up to this level. So I think B in that case.
Yeah, I can get on board with that. Next up, we've got Azpilicueta, Atletico Madrid. I think this is the same as Doherty.
Yeah,
do you want to see?
Bang.
Like he's not really going to elevate the team, but he's not going to make them bad. He's just there. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Good. That was a quick one. Next one. Ooh, we touched on him already. Jude Bellingham to Real Madrid.
We all know where this is going.
Yeah.
S.
100 mil's cheap.
Declan Rice is what 100.
It's going straight up there.
Whatever he is, you know. Oh, look, Declan Rice is great, but dude, Jude Bellingham is going to be.
Oh,
He just turned 20. He just turned 20. 4 years ago, he was playing at Portsmouth?
no.
Birmingham, at
Yeah,
Birmingham. You know,
and they
like,
retired his number.
retired his freaking number. Oh my God, man. So
Bro.
it's just he's going to be he's going to win a Ballon d'Or. It's a matter of time. That's all there is to it. As whenever Real win the treble, he'll probably win the Ballon d'Or.
I will say though, I think Camavinga is better than him
In what way?
as a midfielder. More versatile, better midfielder. Just everything. To be honest with
Camavinga
you.
can play as a
Camavinga.
fullback.
You
Yeah.
can play fullback, DM. I love all the memes. Like, Perez was like, "We're not." They sold Benzema, and they're like, "We're not signing anyone. We're not. We're done with all our signings now." They made like 2 signings, and they're like, "Oh, we're done with all the signings now." And then all the memes are like, "Yeah, Camavinga can back up every single position on the pitch.
It's
Camavinga
true,
at striker
He's-
on the wing."
I think in terms of what Real like to see out of players, yeah, he might be at this moment in time in terms of what he brings to the squad. He might be more important than Bellingham, but big but Bellingham, just wait, give him a season, and he's going to be ahead above the rest. I'm telling you now. Real Madrid are different. They breed different. There's a reason why they are Real Madrid. You know, they are just. They're almost, I don't want to say pioneers of the sport, but they constantly make you question what you're doing on the field, and they constantly make you think, are we good enough? They constantly just make you question yourselves, and Bellingham will do that to the opposition. He will make them suffer. I'm telling you, this guy's going to be phenomenal.
Oh yeah. All right, next Benzema. You got to help me out here.
Etihad?
Yeah, same as Conte.
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
he's going to Conte.
Yeah.
Conte's team. I think he's going to be the best.
picking
striker
up
in
the
comp.
Ballon d'Or winner.
He will be the best striker in the comp.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Better than Ronaldo?
Yes, he will end up. Ronaldo's score, I think, is 1-for-1, 1-on-1 in terms of games versus goals,
Yeah.
and Benzema will smash that.
Yeah.
I think he will absolutely. It depends.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you don't see like a Ronaldo-esque sort of transition for him where he's taking it easy and then he starts.
He
going
might,
up
you know.
belly. I see it.
Yeah.
I actually see
he
it
could
happening.
do it. He could.
I see it because I don't know, man. I don't know. He's enjoying the limelight ever since he's won his Ballon d'Or. He was out of it for a long time because of the likes of Ronaldo and Bale being next to him on this pitch, and the controversy with the French squad and not being a part of that, not having won a World Cup ever. So it's like that's going to be an interesting point in the future about him. If he was in the squad, would they still won? Yeah, 100%. But I think he's an A.
Yep. All right, next up, we've got Marco Asensio to PSG.
Might could be good. Bro,
Good signing.
The
Replacing Messi at right wing.
Prince of Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's I think he's gonna do better than Messi. If I'm
He
honest
might
with you.
do. He might do. Like,
will,
Messi
he
didn't do
will.
much at PSG. I'm going to be honest. Shoot me. But, like, he didn't do much.
Yeah, I don't think anyone.
It was just, he
can
just
argue
went there to
otherwise.
keep his fitness up for the World Cup, honestly.
Yeah,
But
and
Asensio, A, B.
I think he's an A. I think he's an A.
Yeah.
I think in terms of anywhere, he could have gone anywhere. Asensio as well, and I think PSG needed a right winger. They definitely did, and they've got him. So I think that definitely held them back in the Champions League, not being on full cylinders up front.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can connect well with the rest of the boys, and I think he's technically gifted. He's an unreal winger.
Yep. I think in change of scenery is what he needs.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Next up, Juan Cuadrado moved from Juventus to Inter Milan.
Yeah,
There's not much really to say about it.
I think it's
Other than I looked at it and I'm like, he used to play for Chelsea. Forgot about that.
Bruh, I completely. He just burst onto the scene during the 2014 World Cup, didn't he?
Yeah.
He just
Him and James. Yeah.
Their link up play was unreal.
Yeah.
But now obviously he's a bit older, 10 years older.
I think it's just moving around Italy. It's not really gonna. It's good for Inter Milan. It's not bad.
He's a two-way player. He's both a winger and a fullback. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. I'll say B. I'll say B.
Yeah, B. All right, next up, we've got Mohamed Dahoud from Dortmund to Brighton.
That actually, you know what? That's
solid.
It's got me thinking. Brian's got something cooking, man.
Yeah,
they got something cooking. I don't know what it is, but I think it's solid.
It's solid. It's not. He wasn't exactly the star of the Dortmund team. You know, he was more of a rotational player. Obviously, he was competing with Jude Bellingham, but I don't think there's anything wrong. I don't know if he starts every single game for Brighton, but I'd put him in B.
He'll get his chances, man. He'll get his chances for sure. For sure. Yeah,
I'd put him in B. Yeah. Arsenal. First of the Arsenal signings, Justin Timber.
Bruh, I got an essay on this guy.
Julian Timber?
No, it's not. It's not. Give me a second.
No.
Bro, I don't even write his fucking first name down. I think
I'll find out. You can start talking about him.
Anyway, so Justin Timberlake, Timber. Can you please figure out whether it's Justin or not? I'm gonna start calling him Justin Timberlake.
Jurian. God damn.
Anyway,
as you can see, we do our research here on the DNA Sportscast.
No, we do, but it's like they take down the important information.
Yeah,
no one cares about his first name. So Jurian Timber, I think, is an unbelievable signing.
Yeah,
unbelievable signing for Arsenal. He's not gonna jump in and completely transform Arsenal. He's gonna complement how they play. He's not gonna be, because you got the likes of Saliba and Gabriel already in centre back, but he can play a wider role. So
yeah,
I think he's very good.
Yeah, I think he's perfect depth, perfect competition for a starting spot. Right, it's what Gabriel and Saliba didn't really have. They didn't really have any other players breathing down their neck for that starting spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now they do.
Absolutely.
Like there's Ben White, but he was playing right back. So they were all playing together. There was no one really pushing for that spot, and now they've got one, and it's healthy competition.
It's funny you mentioned Ben White. That's funny. He's obviously can play in his position, but there are comparisons being drawn to them, obviously, and in terms of in terms of progressing the ball forward, in which Arsenal love doing, loves involving like everyone in that sector of the field. I think he's really good at linking up with the players around him. Also, as he progresses forward, laying off the pass before the final pass, like we were talking about with Tielemans. Mm-hmm. He is a very, very versatile player. He can play all over the ground. Like as I said, he can be up forward, still create opportunities, beat back, control. He's very composed. He's not really a risk taker unless he's certain. Yeah. So it's fun. What I find just quickly funny about this transfer though is obviously our stake, United's stake in Timber in Ten Hag and how he's coached him.
Yeah.
And why we couldn't sign him. So I think in terms of the competition Arsenal had signing him, and also Timber would have known they really needed him. And to get his signature was huge. And honestly, man, I want to put he's a defender. I don't want to say S.
I want to say 50 million.
I'm not too sure.
Not too bad.
But in terms of business, they haven't been faulted. Arsenal, like no one's giving him shit about it. They've been very smart in this window. And honestly, man, he's young still. He's still got a bit to prove. But in terms of that final piece, like I was talking about,
34 million euros.
It's decent. Very
cheap.
Cheap. For Ajax as well, farming off play. Do you think they would have asked for more? But because he probably wanted the move too.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, in terms of Timber, and I just feel like Timber's just a really, really good fit in Arsenal, and he'll be really good.
Yeah. Well, I think being that cheap, that could be S.
Look, that's the thing about price tags, mate. Look, I know.
Because he's going to. I guess he's not. He could elevate their team. Could.
Yeah,
is the thing. Not definitely going to be could.
The final piece. I feel like he could be that final piece,
but
though, mate,
could
honestly.
Could. Can we put him in S if it's a could?
Well, yeah. I don't know. I feel like in terms of potential, it's there. You see it. He's very cheap in terms of what he can bring. He's not, like I said, he's not going to be a starter. So yeah, maybe it could be. I reckon A. Yeah, I think A. Just one thing I want to note about him: he's not very good with balls in the air though. Like he's not.
Okay.
He's actually in the lower like percentile in terms of winning aerial threats.
Yeah.
So in saying that, I think the ball on the ground in terms of how Arsenal play, it's good.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Fabinho to Saudi Arabia. Again, don't ask me which club it was, but
Whatever. I don't care which club
honestly,
it was.
let's see.
I don't know. But look, I think he's 29.
I kind of want to put him in C.
No, but he's 20, dude.
But
Like, if we're saying
no,
Conte,
all right.
saying Conte's an A.
Yeah, but
in terms of the
Conte's
standard he
different
brings.
level. But Fabinho's not been at that level. Not last season.
Champions League winner though.
He's not at that level anymore, though.
You don't think so? Yeah, he did drop off a bit last season, but his injuries as well. I don't know, man.
But the difference, you compare him to Kante, when Kante did play, phenomenal. Fabinho's form just dropped off completely when he was playing.
Where did you think he should go?
At first I said C, but maybe B. He's not a bad player.
I think B.
B.
I
Yeah.
think B.
Yeah. We'll put him B.
I
'Cause
think
he isn't a bad player. He's going to do well there.
But you're right. Honestly, I was thinking of putting him towards A because of the points I made about Conte. But you're right. It's not this. He hasn't been at the same level. He's dropped, and it seems like he's just cashing in.
All right.
So let's see.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Nicholas Jackson to Chelsea. Do you know?
You're gonna tell
him?
me a bit
I'll
more
tell,
about
I'll
that
tell you
one.
about him. Villarreal striker. He's only got one breakout season over there. He was their top scorer at striker. He's only 21, 22.
Wow.
But all I've seen is the one preseason game so far. He didn't score, but he provided 2 assists, and his hold up play was really good.
Yeah.
Really good. I mean, all right.
It's tasty.
Disclaimer: we played Wrexham,
Oh my
so
God.
like,
Oh my God.
but he looked a big, strong hold up player. 35 mil. Is he going to start? I don't know. Depends. It's kind of giving options. It's a big, strong target man compared to Nkunku as another option. Very different options that Pochettino can go for. But
Pochettino he likes a big striker. Though.
Yeah. Well, I think he's. Look, do I have Chelsea bias here? I want to put him A.
Okay. Yeah.
But I haven't. But
I think
B might be more suitable if I'm taking away my Chelsea bias and Chelsea hype. I'll say B because he's only got one breakout season under his belt. It's not like it's a big signing, you know. But I think we needed a striker, so I think B.
It's just quickly in terms of the balance of the squad though, like in terms of like the forwards you already have. Like, do you feel like he's like the upper he's at the upper standards of that, or is he lower and he's got to reach everyone else?
If we're looking at strikers, we've got him, Broja, who has a long-term injury. So
bad, yeah. What's going on with Tammy, by the way?
Roma, staying at Roma.
He's staying, yeah.
He's staying.
He ends. Okay,
I think
that's done.
we had a buyback clause on him, but I think that's run out.
Okay, so yeah, Lukaku's gone now too.
Lukaku is going to Juventus.
Let's see. We'll see.
Not sure yet.
Okay, so they're done. So I was still thinking of them.
So the only striking options we've got is Nkunku. If he wants to play there, he kind of prefers to play centre, like off the striker. But we've got Jackson, Broja, Aubameyang's gone as well. So it's really only those two. So I think
I agree.
He's going to be a starter. Like
I agree with you. I agree with you. Then I think if he's like at the top tier striker you've got, I think if you're banking in on a young player that's he's obviously shown his scoring ability. I think it's a good signing.
I'm gonna chuck him in B because I want to get to over the top with it.
Yeah, let's just see.
It's not like we've signed Ozyman or something.
No, he could really surprise us. Who knows?
You never know. Next up, I've got Harvey Barnes to Newcastle.
I really like that one.
I like it.
Well, Maxim's gone.
Maximum's gone. What other wingers have they got?
Um,
Almiron, but that's on the other side.
They've
I think
also.
Barnes is good, man.
I really like him. Like I honestly thought he'd be. He's a really good central player too. Like I feel like
Yeah.
he's dangerous. Anywhere you play him. But I think he's Gordon's there too. I don't know. I just feel like. I feel like he's going to take Gordon's spot every day of the week. I think Barnes is is a really talented player.
Yeah.
And I think once he gets enough time, I think he's got a lot to contribute to a team, and I believe he's got like I think like 35 goals and assists. I might be wrong.
Like that. 38 million euros.
Yeah, what's Newcastle paying?
That's what they're paying. 38
Yeah,
mil.
yeah.
So I think it's not S, it's A.
He's got 35 goals, 25 appearances, and 146. No, 25 assists, sorry, in 146 appearances. And those first few games would have been, a bit lackluster in terms of what he's
Warming
able
up,
to produce now.
Yeah.
Where do you think you should be?
A.
I think he's an A too, because I think he's going to be a starter.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a starter.
Next up, D. Kai Havertz.
Honestly, I saw the MLS
Oh man,
volleys. First player
man.
ever to miss every All-Star volley shot. Look, I never knew the thing existed before that stat.
Yeah.
But he scored a good
No,
volley against
yeah,
the
he did.
All-Stars.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think?
I'm scared that Arteta's gonna put him in the right position where he's meant to be playing, and I'm scared he's gonna do really well.
I think, yeah.
But I'm surprised we managed to coop 65 mil for him though.
I'm very surprised too. But I think in terms of, like you said, if you play him in the right position, potentially, he can play that centre forward role too. He can play on a wing. He can play behind the centre forward. Like, he suits that team well. That's if he has like maximum output. But I don't know. I'm not too sure with him. I'm not overly convinced.
All right, I want to put B. Yeah.
I'm gonna say B too.
Yeah, cool. Because it's again potentially he could kill it, but we'll wait and see. Potentially.
Yeah. Let's see.
Potentially.
It's another up in the air.
Depending how they if Arteta uses him right, that's what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Next we got Jordan Henderson moving over to Saudi.
Jordan Hendo. Oh,
Joining Gerrard.
I think that's a C, man.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's the
He's
same-
a whatever player.
Same
for
sort
me.
of thing. Just winding up his career slowly.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think he's gonna have much to. Like,
Nah.
he'll just be there, just for a lol. I think.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Etiafaki.
Yeah.
Etiafaki. I don't. No, that Gerard video just kills me. Bro.
Yeah.
That shit kills me. I wish I had
How's
him
he-
ready to play.
Really though, how's he going to communicate with his players? Through a translator? Or
Have you
something?
seen the videos of
Yeah.
him over there where he's like, "Who wants the ball? Who wants the ball?" And no one's calling for it.
Yeah.
It's like no one speaks English. It seems.
No,
Well, no one understands him.
no. Well, he's gonna have one
Skull
player that
Saxon.
does.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Hendo will be his captain for sure.
Yeah, I reckon.
For sure.
Anyways, next up, Pau Torres to Aston Villa.
Yeah, well, I think he was originally from there. I think
Was he?
Bro, I swear, I'm going off script here, but I genuinely feel like he was. Let me go transfers quick. Paul Torres career. No, I hate myself. I was completely wrong. So he was at Villarreal. Went on loan at Malaga. Went back to Villarreal. Had a lot of games there. And yeah, I think. Look, I don't know much about him, though. I don't know. I think his average rating was pretty decent in La Liga last season. I think they definitely need a player like him, because I think Mings is getting a bit outdated.
He was he makes mistakes, doesn't he?
He does, and it's pretty consistent.
I think this is the type of signing they need to sort of keep them on their trajectory because they finished the last season strong.
Bro,
And
as soon as he got in there, man, unbelievable what he did there. Unbelievable, really strong.
Yeah. But I don't know. So now that him and Tielemans, I think that could keep them on their upward trajectory.
In terms of trying to compete for
Yeah,
Europe.
yeah. I think it was like 60 mil. I was surprised they've got those type of funds, but I guess they had a strong finish in the league, so they got to invest to keep their trajectory going. Like I said, but
Selling Jack Grealish wasn't a bad idea, huh?
not at all.
Yeah, honestly, man, they're building something there, man.
Man,
Emery's defense, like, dude, I still can't get over the way that guy defends, man, and what they get away with that team. Sorry, I don't want to go in tangent with Villa, but fuck me, man. Ollie Watkins, let's see what he does next season, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be dangerous, bro.
Yeah,
it's gonna be dangerous. He was looking and Ramsey as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Ramsey too. Like seriously, like it's just it's gonna be a good team to watch.
Yeah, very. Anyways,
I'm gonna put him as an A.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm gonna put him as an A.
Yeah. Next, I've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek to AC Milan. 12 mil.
That price tag says.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm between B and C. If I'm honest.
I was gonna say B because he's not a bad player.
He's very good. Yeah.
Very good player. Very cheap. He won't. I think start for AC Milan because they've lost Tonali now.
That's.
We'll get to that one in a bit.
One.
So I think he starts for 12 mil. He's not a bad player. He's a good player. He'll elevate. I don't know if he'll elevate them, but he'll just be all right. I think he's just in the middle. B
with Christian there too now.
Yeah,
with him. So let's see if they can bring the best out of each other.
Pulisic, Loftus-Cheek, Fikayo Tomori there too. Giroud.
So he went to oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of oh my goodness gracious, you had a midfielder. I was thinking of Bakayoko.
Bakayoko. Yeah,
sorry.
He got released. He's a free agent.
That's what I was going to say. I thought he was a free agent, and then he went. But sorry, my bad. Didn't mean to come across.
Yeah, I think B.
B.
Sweet. We haven't got a single D yet, and I'm looking at all the players here. And I don't think there is a D, like a stinker.
Let's see.
We'll see how we go.
I haven't looked at it.
Oh, actually, I saw one.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe we'll revise this list at the end. Maybe if we don't have enough D's. Just quickly.
João Pedro to Brighton
from Watford.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good talent as well.
Very good talent.
Went to Watford I forgot where he signed from, but yeah, he's supposed to be a very promising talent. So Brighton as well. Again, I think he'll suit their play. I think he's a pretty flary type player. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Where do we put this?
I'd say.
I want to say A.
No, I want to say B.
Okay.
Up to you.
Yeah. Well, does he? All right.
Not really.
Here's a question. Here's a question to decide. Does he elevate the team? Play centre forward.
Danny Welbeck's still doing bits, but
is he an upgrade on Danny Welbeck?
Yeah. Well, you know what? All right, fine.
Yeah, there we go.
Do it. Hey. Fine. You're right. I think you're right. Look, he can play wing too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Kalidou Koulibaly. I think now that Wesley Fofana has done his ACL, that's an L.
Big fucking L.
I think we'll be okay, but we have to hold on to Trevor Chalobah now.
I think it's Al.
Yeah. I think that's the team. Yep. He's gone there with Ruben Neves.
They're both there. That has to be an A for them.
Yeah, for them definitely an A.
Better centre backs.
He'll kill it there. Yeah. No one's scoring.
Yeah. No, seriously, he's so big. He's so big.
So okay. Next player. God damn. Mateo Kovacic to Manchester City.
Honestly, knowing Pep, I don't want to say it, but I will. I think it could potentially be an S signing.
Again, potentially. See, we've got Madison and Bellingham up in S, and we said they will. And now we're saying Kovacic could. Because he's replacing Gundogan. Is he better than Gundogan?
No. Why did I take so long to answer that? I was looking.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, he's not. But in that system, I think Gundogan at Dortmund wasn't scoring as much as what he did at City. He just wasn't. And he still was a great player going up forward. But, dude, every time you see Gundogan in the box, you felt like he was scoring. You know what I mean? Especially in the later parts of the season like we're talking about. I feel like Kova, I think in terms of what he can do on the field, the final third, I think he's very similar to Gundogan. I think he's very similar to Gundogan.
I want to say A, just because I don't think it makes City better than when they had Gundogan.
Yeah. Good way to look
what I
at
mean?
it. That's we'll stick to an A with him. But no, I just wanted to quickly go through a couple of things about him because I think that signing really pissed me off.
That hurt me, I can't lie. And
these are my comments. Why? Question mark. No, I did why, full stop, why, question mark. If this Arsenal team can't play a full season, you just handed them the title once more. That's what I did. That's what I said. I feel like I said Pep's up to his old ways through rejuvenating his squad, successfully recruiting players willing to adapt and adding to depth. The only thing about Kova and this signing is he's injury prone.
he is.
As you know, he's only played 30 games in the last 2 seasons, or 31 or 32, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But
he is one of the better players when he does play, though.
He's probably one of the, I reckon he's one of the best players. I thought
one of the best performers in the
probably one of the best players.
Yeah, in the last couple of years, 100% he's one of the best players there.
I feel like in terms of what we saw of him at Real Madrid, we didn't see his best. He only had recorded 3 assists. I think the whole time in about 100 appearances or so, 3 assists. But for Chelsea, it was 5 assists in 16, 17 games in the season you guys won the Champions League.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is he still has more room to grow. I know he's like 28, 27. But in terms of, you can see in the way he plays, if he just fits in a system that works for him, bro, I think he's gonna be really good. He's a good tackler. Out of 31 times, he's won 61% of his tackles. So he's not just a creative player. He also comes back and he also competes.
Yep. Next up, Christian Pulisic to AC Milan.
Good sign. I think it gives competition for oh my god, man.
Rafa?
Yeah.
Leao,
For Leao,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
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 I think really
Well,
exciting.
I think Pulisic will play either wing. He'll sort of fit in wherever they need him to. I think it's kind of similar to the Asensio move. He's kind of hit a ceiling at the club. You know, he can't really go much further, so he needs a change of scenery to see what he can do.
Different level of quality, though, obviously.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think he reached his peak at
Similar type of move. Yeah.
At Chelsea, and he had to move on.
Yeah.
He copped a couple of injuries.
He copped a couple of injuries. I remember the COVID lockdown form when he was absolutely rinsing every defense.
Yeah.
I remember him absolutely destroying Man City defenses, Liverpool defenses. It was just rinsing everyone. And then he pulled his hamstring in the FA Cup final against Arsenal when he was through on goal, and just as he's about to shoot, he pulled his hamstring.
Bro, yeah.
Oh.
It just goes to show like crowds and their effect on players too.
And he after that injury, he just never came back the same.
Yeah. But let's see what Milan do. They can sometimes transform players and utilize them to their strengths. Utilize their strengths very well and sort of suppress their weaknesses in a way in which they cater around them, sort of thing.
Okay, so I'm torn between A and B because I said it's similar to the Asensio move and he's in A, but I also kind of feel like it's similar to the Loftus-Cheek move in B.
I think it's B. I think because of his quality in terms of, like I said, the Asensio and him are at different levels. So I think he's obviously a little worse off, but I think he's in B.
Yeah. Next up, Solomon from Leeds to Tottenham.
Leeds to Tottenham.
It was Leeds, wasn't it?
Fulham.
Fulham to Tottenham.
Fulham.
That's what I said.
He came from
You're
Shakhtar
You're
Donetsk.
hearing things, bro.
Shakhtar Donetsk, I believe, and then because of everything that happened, he went for free to Fulham, and then he only played five. He had a string of 5 games, and he scored scored 5 goals in all those games. So, I mean, he's definitely he's a pretty good finisher. When he wants to be, he's scored a goal from outside the box, and what I remember. But also, like I was talking about with Ange Ball and with Tottenham now, he is exactly what he's asking for. Ange is very, very specific in terms of who he wants to bring in. He's not going to bring in somebody who isn't gonna fit into this squad. And I feel like Solomon, for free, first off, right? He was more of an impact sub for Fulham, but when he did play, like I said, he scored. He had 19 appearances, but there was a string of matches there where he scored in 5 consecutive matches. And he goes at defenders. He touches. He loves going at defenders and taking on players. And yeah, I think in terms of what Ange wants out of their wingers and being up against the sideline, he's going to be able to create pockets of space in which he's able to dribble into and get around and advance past his player and give it off to maybe a midfielder that's going to be slipping into that channel he opens up, So I think he's a very good player. Like I said, big potential.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say A. I'm going to say B.
Good.
As much as I
That's
said
what I was
all
gonna
that,
say too. Yeah.
as much as I said all that, he's again, he's not proven, but in terms of what he's brought, he's obviously taking the position of Moura in the squad, but he's still over Richarlison and Son ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
Richarlison, let's see what happens with him this season.
Yeah.
Because of that. So yeah, I think anyway, it's a B.
I was waiting for you to say A, and I was gonna be like, look,
No.
devil's advocate over here. Is he gonna play that much?
Well, he will. I think he will play more than what we think. I think he's definitely I don't know. He's a sneaky little card from Ange. I think
Bench player. Is he really gonna elevate the squad and stuff like that? So I think B's fair.
Yeah, I think he'll have a similar sort of how do I put it? When he bursts onto the scene for Tottenham, he'll be similar as with Incinso from Brighton.
Yep.
Incinso.
Yep.
I believe that's how you say it. He's ranked, just quickly, I keep going about the Solomon guy, but I really like him. He's ranked 5th in terms of successful dribbles, behind the likes of Saint Maximin and Cinzo as well, by the way. So
Very good.
he's up there in terms of people in the respective positions. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so we definitely didn't just smash a whole pizza and some rum, but
No, not at all whatsoever. It was a good halftime break, bro. We needed it. Extensive list, mate. That was probably world record timing in terms of how much we consumed in such little time. Fuck,
Yep.
dying. But anyway,
yep, it's a little
thank you.
liquid energy.
Let's do it. All right, so who's next up?
Next up, we've got Edouard Mendy.
Edouard Mendy. Well, again, another move to Saudi League. What do you think about that?
I think it's not necessarily a star signing. Like, he's just dropped off in the last few years.
Yeah.
Solid goalkeeper, don't get me wrong, but he's just dropped off the last few years. It's not like they're making a big statement signing like a Benzema or something like that.
No, you're right.
It's just a solid signing. It's not a S, it's not an A. For me, it's a B.
Yeah, I agree. There's not much more to say. I think you hit everything there.
Yeah.
Bang on. Hang on, man.
Next up, this one might be a bit interesting. Declan Rice
Oh,
to
wow.
Arsenal. Hey, real quick though, where's Arsenal getting this money from?
The Cronkies, mate. The Yanks. For some reason, they've decided to spend after so many years of pressure. They finally relented, and you're seeing it now, really, truly coming into form.
Yeah, because before this window, it was Nicolas Pepe was their record signing or something like that.
He existed.
And
Right.
they signed him, and then after that they were like, we're not making any big signings anymore because it doesn't work. And now this window, Declan Rice, Kai Havertz,
But they
Timber,
understand,
but these are good signings, I'm telling you.
and they understand a well-run club means, great, like what they're in for, like profits. Like it's gonna pay dividends at the end of the day. Like I don't understand how these big clubs don't see that by spending in the right way, it can actually help the worth of your club and what they're concerned about. I think it helps both sides. And in this case, man, Declan Rice is like we're talking about these puzzle pieces, in the previous selections, and mate, I'm telling you right now, this guy is the biggest one.
Yeah.
He's slotted in there nicely, and mate, he's not an S. I don't know what he is.
Yeah, he is. I was going to say that as well. I'm gutted Chelsea to get him.
I am too. I'm gutted we didn't get him either. We were in there for a couple of days.
Yeah, it was always Chelsea always looked like the most likely place. But now going to Arsenal, he's just he's
Who's
making
his
them
best mate?
so much better.
Who's his best mate?
It's some snake.
Is he at Chelsea? Right, fair enough.
Yeah, look.
Anyway,
He's
continue
actually
on.
coming soon.
He's coming up.
Can't wait to talk about him. Next up, we've got Milinkovic-Savic, also off to Saudi Arabia. Going to play alongside Kalidou Koulibaly and Ruben Neves.
Nah, you know, in spite of him for staying at Lazio for as long as he bloody did and not going anywhere else, I'm literally going to put that as a C signing. I think it's a waste of talent. I think whatever, like go overseas, do whatever you want. I understand you want to cash in, but dude, that guy had the potential to be anything. And I'm telling you right now, in terms of being a two-way midfielder is concerned, this guy was one of the best to do it. I mean, he shone a lot at the club, but I don't know, man. It's more of a spiteful thing, I think.
I was about to say, all I hear is you being pissed he didn't sign for United.
Yeah, no, but I would have loved him. Look,
Yeah.
he hasn't really been in the headlines recently, but I still feel like he could have been, amongst some of the better, midfielders. And he hasn't really done anything at Lazio. They haven't really done much, So.
Nah. But is it a good signing for the Saudi club?
Yeah, it's a good signing for him. I guess.
I'd say B then. Because it's C, for you, it's C was in terms of his career, but we're talking, is it a good signing for them picking him up?
Yeah, of course it is. I guess
it's not as good as picking up a Benzema or a Kante, but it's not as bad as picking up a Henderson.
Look,
is it on par with Henderson?
No, it's not. Look, man, in terms of what he can produce, who knows now? Like, I feel like a player like him, like I said, hasn't stepped up. Was rumored to go elsewhere for so long, never took the challenge. And to just jump on the boat as everyone else has to go to the Saudi league. I think, yeah, man. I don't know. I don't. It's troubling me. It's troubling me. But from the club's perspective, yeah. All right, we'll go with B.
Yeah. Next up, MM7.
MM7. Yeah. That's a new little what do you call it?
Wait, A, B, C, D. E tier? F tier. I'm gonna go
You
low.
have to go A, B, C, D. Look, first mention of a United player, hey.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of what he's going to give us and what we tried doing last season, I think he's going to fill Eriksen's spot really well. Eriksen just couldn't provide that attacking threat that we needed in that position where, Mount can provide that for sure. And he can still run back, and he's very much a two-play player. His defensive awareness is a lot better than other CMs. And is there anything you want to add? Because you saw a lot of it.
If I speak, I'm in trouble.
Sometimes we're not joking.
Look, I'm gutted. This man, I've got his top. I'm never gonna wear it again. If he scores against us, I might just throw it out. If he celebrates against us, I will burn it.
He won't celebrate. There's no way he's
But
going to celebrate.
this kid-
the gall on you to celebrate, no chance.
But I just sense an ego brewing, a big ego brewing. He wanted to be Chelsea's top paid player, and we were like, nah, but we'll give you 200K, which is one of the top paid players. And he's like, nah, I want 250. And United's like, yeah, we'll give you a 250. And like, all right, cool.
Sounds
But
like
after being at Chelsea since he was 8 years old, after saying this is my club, I'll be here forever, blah blah blah, and then he's just like, all right, bye.
it was over at Derby for a bit though.
He was over at yeah, that was on loan.
But still, it's like, are you really Chelsea? Like, no, I'm joking. I'm only kidding. Look, at the end of the day, obviously, the young talents can go out for loan moves. But do you know when he came to Chelsea in the first place, though? I was always wondering where he would fit in that squad, and it's like he made the position
He made his
for himself.
position, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you didn't really see that sort of player. Like in terms of midfield player in Chelsea, it was always a really deep lying CDM, like your likes of Matic and Mikel, or you had like a creative attacking midfielder, likes of like, Mata, for example,
Well, he was playing mainly at the start. He was playing mainly on the wing.
Well, Mata
And
was, yeah, you're right.
No, and Mount.
Mata was too, actually,
Yeah,
now
yeah,
that I
yeah,
remember.
yeah.
But yeah, he was, that's the good thing about him. He's a versatile player. He's got very good forward awareness, but can also come back. But what else does he provide? Do you feel
He's
without
a hard worker. He presses high.
Yeah,
He never stops running. He's a good shot. I think he copped a lot of slack especially over the last season, where he was injured for half the time, and he copped a lot of slack, and I just feel like it was mostly undeserved. He did win Chelsea's Player of the Year 2 seasons in a row. So,
wow,
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna mention your grading of him sounds similar to my attempted grading of Milinkovic Savic. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, a little bit.
I was a bit
I'm
cut.
gonna let you pick this one.
Look, not an S. He's not an S. That's for certain.
Okay, I would have argued that one.
No, there's no way he's an S. Like at the end of the day, he's just gonna slot in there nicely, add depth, competition for that midfield place. I feel like we'll have to get another midfielder on the side there too, just to keep things going there. We need another holding midfielder as well, but that's beside the point. So yeah, I still feel like
You need a few positions. You need a striker as well.
we're desperate.
Yeah.
We're desperate for a few other positions, and hence why I'm going to say that yeah, he's a great signing, but we definitely need to invest in a striker. We've got our keeper now, thankfully, in Onana, and yeah. So I think honestly, I want to say A. I'm seriously veering towards B with him. If I'm honest with you, I think he's still got a lot of room.
Well, all right.
to show what in terms of if he can be a game winner. Like I understand he scored a hat trick like once. He's played really really well in isolated matches. You know what I mean? Whereas other times he's just been there. He's just been there to help out. I feel.
If we compare it to the Havertz signing, Havertz is in B.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I have to put him in A.
Yeah?
I have to put him
You
in
think
A.
he's a better signing than Havertz?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I love him. Obviously, since the first season he came through, he was my favourite player at the club.
Yeah.
So I'm good. I unfollowed him on Instagram.
You petty fuck. Well, I followed him, so it's sorry, man. 1 for 1.
Yeah,
I
one
guess.
for one. Let's just. It did make me very, very happy. Is before Havertz and Mount both played their first games in preseason, there was fail compilations before the game even finished.
What?
I felt great.
Holy shit! Wow.
I swear it was half time, and they were uploading fail compilations.
You guys are really butthurt.
I don't know who was making them. I didn't make them.
No, not this.
But
I don't know about that one.
I would make.
Nah, yeah. Look. I get it. You guys have been subject to a lot of moves recently. Of course, there's going to be something going to hurt you more than others. And obviously, Mason Mount being one of them. And you believe that's because of whole money situation. But I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel like he
you
wasn't
never know.
valued entirely. Like you said, like he was injured a lot of last season. He copped a lot of slack. But he obviously wasn't told what he needed to be told in order to feel like he could stay, or he was gonna just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna prioritize the team and I'm gonna just take the 200 grand and I'm gonna keep going. He obviously didn't feel like there was a team to do that for. You know?
Yeah, we never know. Maybe Poch came in and said, yeah, you're not in my plans. And then he's like, all right, cool, bye.
For sure. Yeah.
Then it's like, all right, fair enough. So you never know what's going on behind the scenes, but it still hurts nonetheless. But anyways, let's move on from that one.
Done.
Pain.
It's alright.
Anyway,
You're in
another
Spain.
United
Nice
signing,
days.
Onana.
Mate, honestly, David De Gea is a hard player to replace,
Mhm.
but in terms of like goal stopping, but Onana has that ability. Not the same, obviously. De Gea is probably going to go down as one of the greatest shot stoppers of all time. Let's be
Yeah, he's up
honest.
there. He's up there. Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I'll
He's
give you
been
that.
no one's come close to. Look, he literally won the Golden Glove last season. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally won the Golden Glove, and people still gave him
And
shit.
then got released.
I don't even want to go into that saga. Maybe another time. Maybe in the preview.
Yeah.
in the
Remember when
next
he
episode
he almost got his move to Real Madrid
the fax machine
and the fax
Bubba.
machine. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I saw the game recently pop up on my feed, and everyone's like chanting about the fax machine in front of him, and it was great. It was just like I remember that day too, and I was like, no way. And then he came out and killed it the next season too.
Yeah.
Like it was just the best thing ever. But we got the best of him, and I'll be forever grateful. But with Onana coming in now, he's going to be able to provide what they couldn't in Ten Hag's system. I'm not going to say he's an S because, like we've said, goalkeepers, we'd like to say probably Thibaut Courtois is probably the closest one to an S rating in my opinion than the goalkeeper because he's just the Champions League final performance on its own.
Yeah.
Like a player would have to, and he does that pretty frequently in terms of his performances. Courtois just pulls out freak performances, gets clean sheets against teams he shouldn't. So yeah, I just feel like Onana, for what he is at Inter, yeah, they made the final of the Champions League, but still, I feel like he's an A.
Yeah, I'll give you that, an A. Because realistically, who else is on the market? You need a keeper. Who else is on the market?
Look, man,
There's not really much option. I think he's probably the best option on the market, to be honest.
it's the most like in terms of median price and quality of keeper. Yeah, it's higher than a fullback. It'd be higher than a centre back. It'd be probably on par with like how much. I don't know. I forgot how much we spent for him. Like I'm not really.
I want to say it was in the 50s.
So there you go. Like a decent fullback you'd get for that much, maybe less.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is like he's still an important signing at least for us. So in that regard. So yeah, I think he's good there.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Kulusevski at Tottenham.
Re-signed.
Obviously, was already there on loan, but made permanent. Similar to Pedro Porro.
Yes.
So, I'm just trying to think of this in terms of like, I guess Pedro Porro, is it a better signing than Porro? In the time he was there, did he play better? I think he was up and down.
Patch. He had a purple patch though, where he was doing really well. He assisted in like consecutive games, and he was scoring. But that was helped with Hill leaving the squad too, though, which still freaks me out. That Spanish winger from Tottenham, and they ended up putting out on loan, and that's why Kulusevski ended up. I think that's why Kulusevski must have stayed in the squad at that point, and then done really well, improved himself, and that's why they bought him. But I think it's not an A-level signing, if I'm honest, because he's not a game winner.
No,
you can't create a few chances. But I would put him in B.
Yeah, I agree. Next up, I think we've got our first D.
Go.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Do we need to say much more, man? Like, if I'm honest, man, that guy has been nothing but lackluster over the past few seasons, let's be honest. He's lost his pace entirely.
He's gone to Marseille. Is he going to try any harder than he did at Barcelona and Chelsea? No.
He's paying in. He's gone, nah.
He's just taking what he can get. He'll, run around a couple of times and that's it. Like, you can argue, oh, he's good for Marseille. It's a low level, less pressure. Like, nah, it doesn't matter. He's still not going to try. It doesn't.
I'm sorry, but Marseille are a top 3 team in France, and I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but if you want to
yeah,
be a top
yeah.
3 team in France, I get it.
Not not
It's
yeah,
not great.
not
but-
necessarily lower level, but less pressure maybe. But I say that the Marseille fans are crazy, bro.
Yeah.
They're nuts.
Well, the fans, really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, what have you seen?
No.
Exactly?
The ultras there,
Yeah.
they're on par with like the Dortmund, like insane.
Look, man, what's happened in France recently? I'm not really surprised now. I think about it. Pretty
You go
full on.
no, like the derbies there, like people getting punch-ons left, right, and center. It's
Probably
like
locking away the
you know,
away supporters. Yeah.
I would, if I had kids, I would not take them to see one of those games. Let's just say that.
It's that bad. I didn't realize it was that.
That's
full on,
what. Look,
football,
I've never
man.
been there. I don't want to. Don't quote me on this, but this is what I've heard.
Yeah.
The stories I've heard.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not that bad.
It's
but-
all secondary
never know.
sources. There's things you've seen, obviously you haven't seen them, but yeah.
Anyway, this is D.
Yeah,
For
let's
me.
just put him in D.
First D of the
That's
episode.
D. Cop that.
Cop that.
The big D.
Next up, James Milner.
Think about that one for a second.
Who that?
Look, mate, versatile player. Great legs on him.
Brighton, by the way.
Brighton.
yeah.
Great legs on him.
38 years old. He's still one of the fittest players in the league.
I don't think, like, in terms of the role, you know what to expect out of him.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to provide the same for Brighton.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be probably obviously has a coaching angle with this role too. He has, I reckon,
Yeah, I
for
think
sure.
so, yeah.
I think they've definitely brought him in for experience.
Yeah.
So because they have a pretty young team, don't they?
Yeah, it's definitely for the experience. He'll, fill in where needed, fullbacks, midfield, wherever.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I think he's a really good signing for Brighton. And honestly, I'm edging more towards an A. I know it's James Milner, and I know it's an aging one, but I think in terms of what he can bring that squad and his experience and he's what he can do once he gets on the pitch, I think he plays his role well, whether it's in fullback position, midfield position. Obviously, his winger days are over. But I think he understands the game more than anyone on this planet. So I don't know, he's a City ex-Liverpool player. I shouldn't be saying these things about him, but you can't look past it, man. You can't look past it. So
Yeah. I'll agree with an A.
I'll
agree with an
I
A.
know it's
Because it's like
surprising.
free, he's going to do the experience role. He's going to play where needed. He's not going to make the team worse. He's not necessarily going to make the biggest impact on the pitch, but I think he'll be very good in other ways.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like we said, it's more about what he brings to the club and what they're used to versus what he can bring in. Like, is it new? Is it gonna be a point of difference for him? And I think it will for Brighton.
Yeah. Next up, a player that I would have put in S, but I need to question the mentality. Tonali.
I think the move automatically takes him out of the S. Because in terms of his attitude
if we didn't hear anything about that or anything, I would have been like, that's an amazing signing. That's incredible. Like, he's up there. But his whole attitude is like, I don't want to go. It's giving me Lukaku vibes.
I saw it, absolutely. Well, he was poised to be the next captain of Milan. Like, that's it. Like, he was supposed to be running that midfield. He's supposed to be like a Tusso type. And unfortunately, they've cashed in on him pretty early, I think.
Yep, they needed the money.
Look, man, he came from the City B club, and he was always going to be a talent. But like I said, he's a Milan boy through and through. He loves AC.
He's going to be looking for the first opportunity to go back.
Like, I think so too. But I think, I don't know. I'll see what him and Joel Linton and Longstaff can do in that midfield, man. I don't know, man. Like, it's just.
I think one of the Longstars got released.
It would have been the one
one.
that scored the fuck against us, man, at Old Trafford. I remember. I'm not sure.
Maddie or Sean?
Maddie?
Maddie?
Yeah. No, Sean's the midfielder. Maddie's isn't he a winger?
I don't know.
Or maybe he's a.
I thought they were both midfielders.
Spreading midfielder. I don't know, but maybe that he is. But he scored against United. I know. But honestly, I didn't think much of him. I didn't think much of that Longstaff brother. But Tonali, I'm gonna say it's supposed to be an air
it's
signing,
supposed to be. It's
but there's this feeling, like you said, there's Lukaku vibes. It's like
he doesn't really want to be there.
Someone asked him when he was in the gym.
Yes, I love this.
He goes,
guy.
he goes, oh, is the gym this big in Milan? And he's like, yeah, it was bigger. Straight off the bat, he didn't even think, he wasn't joking. He just had this stern look on his face. He's like, you don't want to fucking be there. And the photo shoots show the same thing.
Yeah.
He's just like staring at the camera, like, what's up? Like, yeah, I'm in fucking Newcastle, UK now.
Yeah.
Instead of being in the fashion capital of the world.
Yeah. It's cold here,
I'm
bro.
amongst the Geordies, bro. You know, like, fuck, good luck, bro.
It's like, it's cold. Where'd the sun go? He's hard to place because of that.
I wish, man, if there was a thing in between A and S, yeah, sure, but
I think we just got to chuck him an A.
yeah,
Top
throw
of
him in A. But I
Top of
feel
A.
like the way Rice comes to Arsenal, no, you know what? I think Tonali is an A, because I say Rice to Arsenal is like that final piece, whereas Tonali is a big piece, but he's not the final one.
Yeah, he's a piece.
It's like, yeah.
One of the pieces.
And we're talking about transfers here,
Yeah.
you know, on the face of like right now, it's value now, and yeah, I think he's an A, he's not an S.
Yeah. All right, next up, I'm going to butcher this pronunciation. I apologize, but Dominic.
I think I got this one. Hang on. Zabozas. No.
You're just making sounds, bro.
Zabozlai.
Okay, there we go.
I believe. I've typed that name out at least 20 times in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And
good.
Yeah,
you're gonna have
Zabozlai.
to tell him about. You're gonna have to tell me about him because I'm not.
So I've actually I've got a bit on him, and because I wanted to see the hype, I wanted to know, like, 'cause Liverpool are in dire need of a fucking midfielder.
Yeah.
Like a proper midfielder. I get it. We mentioned McAllister, but Fabinho leaving as well. Just give me 1 sec. So I can't even say his name still. So Dommy boy. He had a really good season at Leipzig last season. Really good, scored and assisted. Plus 10 in each stat. He was very good for them. He played in a lot of positions too. He played in midfield as well, by the way.
Yeah.
So everyone's looking at him as though he's going into a winger role but you've still, like, he's gonna create competition for Diaz. I was thinking about Jota and his injury. It's like, I think it's a smart signing in that sense. But what begs the question now in terms of Klopp is he now allowing for players to come in and out of the team? So I understand last year there was injuries and that's what forced him to make changes. But Klopp is actually a very stubborn team selector. Like, if he likes a player, he'll keep him in. Like, it doesn't matter what their form is. He took ages to get Trent out of that team.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Way too long.
If it wasn't for Jota being injured, who knows if Nunez was even going to be in that team? Like, I'm being serious, because I'm telling you now, back then, last season, if Jota was fit, Nunez didn't have a great start to his season.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
So I feel like Jota would have stuck in that team. All I'm saying is, though, with this signing with Dominic Zoboslai, I think I said that pretty all right now.
Yep.
He allows, I think, for Klopp to now open his eyes up a bit, because he can play in several positions. And yeah, he's got that versatility, and now it's going to be more about the merit of the performer and whether or not they're going to show up week by week now, because in the positions he plays, like I said, that you got the likes of Diaz and then these other starting midfielders. Is he just going to slide in there now? I don't know. But I think he's a really good signing.
Yeah. Where would you put him?
But like I said, Liverpool needed a need a proper CDM now. I'm not going to put him. I want to put him. I want to put him A. I can't say B because, like I said, he's a very talented player. He killed it last season for Leipzig. And yeah, he was one of their, like, prolific players. He's scoring and assisting from midfield. And he can play everywhere in the final third.
I just got a notification on my watch saying Nathan Redmond is joining Burnley.
Oh yeah,
Remember
not
him?
too bad. Yeah, from Southampton.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, mate. Of course. Just then.
Yeah, just now.
These Brits are
Breaking
early,
news.
man. These
Breaking news.
Brits are at it early.
Yeah. All right, next up, we've got Christopher Nkunku to Chelsea. 60 mil.
What do you reckon?
I,
Yours.
I, phew, I'm excited. I'm reserved excitement because I want to be really excited, but a small part of me thinks his play style isn't going to translate to the Premier League very well.
Okay.
But I hoping to get proved wrong. He's very very quick. He's actually, if I had to give a comparison, I'd say his play style is very similar to Mbappe.
Okay.
They're very similar in the way they play. All right,
Low
Mbappe's
set
Mbappe's just
yeah.
a bit quicker, a bit more skillful, a bit better at everything, right?
Yeah, I get you.
So in Kunku, I want so badly to put him in S, but he can't be in S. He can't be in S. Can't be in S. But I love how he made his first post on Instagram about Chelsea training. He's like ready to go, and Mbappe commented, "I'm getting my popcorn." Or something like that.
What
Like
the hell?
they're good.
He's
They're
still
good mates.
weirdo.
They're good mates. But
He's a weirdo.
I swear it's like Mbappe's sent him there to test out how that playstyle works in the Premier League.
You're not implying he's gonna come to Chelsea.
No.
gonna
He was
say,
with
bro.
Arsenal, bro. I don't know about that one.
That's never gonna happen. I'm sorry, bro. For the best centre forward you've attracted to your team, or striker you've attracted to your team, is Jesus. Then I'm sorry. In the last few years, and I'm sorry, and you're not getting Mbappe,
No.
especially the money you got to pay for him. Too.
Yeah, no.
like over plus
If-
250 million. Good luck.
Nah, he's going Real Madrid. We all know he's going to Real Madrid. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
But anyway, in Kunku, I'm gonna. He was top goal scorer in the Bundesliga last season. He's very skillful, very tight dribbling, very good, very skillful, very good in tight spaces. I want to put him in A.
Yeah, I'll put him in A2.
Yeah.
I'd put him in A2. I
Because-
think you're right in terms of the comparison with Mbappe. They've both got like low center of gravity, great dribblers, good know where to position themselves, great
Yeah.
runners too. So yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, the only reason I have that little reservation is the last time we signed the top goal scorer from RB Leipzig, he was offside more than he was on.
Timo Werner.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, he's
With the
doing
new-
all right. But he was
with-
doing all right back there. I think
Yeah.
him and Zoboszlai did all right last season together.
Yeah, and in Kunku. Yeah, the three of them together, they did all right. All right. Next up, we've got Ruben Neves over to Saudi again.
It's another Milinkovic type fucking situation, man.
Yeah, but
I'm putting him with him. I don't honestly like. What do you think?
it's B. He's in B.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think he'll kill it over there. Obviously, it is depending on your view of the league, wasted potential, but he has given his reason. He was very honest. I respect the honesty. He just said, "Look, I couldn't refuse this money. It sets up my family for generations upon generations to come."
Fuck.
Yeah, you're
Oh
falling
my
asleep.
god, I
Yep.
just woke up again.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Like,
go
I
on.
like reasons aside, I respect honesty. At least he's like not saying,
I need a coffee.
"Oh,
man.
I'm here because this we are very competitive." Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Cristiano. Far out, man. Oh, bro, I'm overhearing that shit. I'm so
Yeah.
over it. It's like it's
Yeah.
It's not a fucking competitive league.
No.
Just
I mean,
not.
don't get me wrong, could get there because they are part of the Club World Cup.
Okay, we'll say sorry. Yeah, absolutely. They might reach far there. In that regard, they're not they're not competitive.
Yeah.
Sure, each their own. Like by themselves, sure, you can be as your league can be as competitive as you like. You all finish on the same points, whatever you like. But just in terms of where they could have ended up, like it's not. You could have been elsewhere.
Yeah. Definitely.
Sorry.
He was
That'd be a
linked to United heaps, wasn't he?
Yeah, so the last 5 years, I swear, like at least majority of the windows, he's been linked with us, 100%.
You just don't got that Saudi money, bro.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go into our
Unfortunately.
money and where it comes from and who pays anyway. That's another thing.
Next up, Jota to Al Ittihad. Is that right?
The Celtic
Yeah,
winger that
yeah.
was underage.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on him.
I want to chuck this up in A, I reckon.
Good on him. I feel like we already did him. What?
No.
the hell?
We've done Benzema, we've done Kante, but he's still here.
Dude, I thought we did him.
No.
I'm freaking out right now.
I reckon I reckon he'll kill it over there. He's like an example of the Saudis going after a younger, talented player that they want to, turn
Invest
into
in.
a star rather
Yeah.
than, getting the Benzema, the Kante that are coming to the end of their career.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, A. Yeah, it's a good
Good
point.
stuff.
This is a very good
Yeah.
point.
Next up, Hakim Ziyech. He's going to use that wand of a left boot to put balls
Legit
onto
wand, bro.
Ronaldo's head.
You're finally in a league in which you can compete in. Well done. But yeah, you go to Riverdesi, sure, you're gonna assist and score every second game, but when you go to Premier League, let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest. He's Chelsea stealing shit.
Yeah, he had a goal here and there. He had
One
a few,
season, man,
the
one
the
season,
Champions
if that.
League season was good,
If-
solid, but he wasn't even really a starter there. He was more a bench player. He'd come
What I
on
mean,
and
bro.
make a little impact, and he did okay. But he'll go to Saudi. He'll collect a bag and a half probably, like the rest of them are,
Yeah.
and I reckon he'll play well there. I mean, I don't really know A or B. Like, he's not like in terms of a Benzema signing. That's an A because you're getting the Ballon d'Or winner,
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
and whereas Ziyech, you're not getting the top of the top. You're not getting like a young
Them
Jota.
back then, yeah.
You're not getting a young Jota that you can turn into a star. Ziyech is just kind of gonna be there. So
But
be
be
there
the team
in-
he's going to be playing for as well.
yeah, be there in B.
Just do it.
No,
Just
yes,
hurry up.
yeah, there we go.
Just hurry up. I didn't know what to say. What was I going to say?
All right,
Made me
and
sick.
one more player, and it is a guaranteed S tier. Romeo Beckham.
Did you actually tuck him in? Brentford move.
Brentford B team. He's going straight into S. Thank you for coming.
Good night.
Yeah.
And
That concludes our tier list.
holy shit! What an end to it. Yeah, fuck it. Who cares? Name value. It's a household last name.
Yep.
You know what, bro?
I've all of a sudden become a Brentford B team supporter.
Can you imagine if he actually look? He's like 20. I think he's like early 20s.
Oh yeah,
He's not gonna be anything special,
No.
but he did alright at I think he was playing for Miami, wasn't he? Inter
yeah,
Miami.
yeah. Pretty sure.
So to end up there, I don't know whether it was a move that he obviously he want. I don't know.
He's
He probably
giving
wanted
a shot.
but is it
but-
is it more from the point of view of
If
leveling up his skill set or his career in a way? I mean, like his skill set meaning like he's somewhere more competitive. I know it's a B team, but is he trying to break through to the first team and then you end up in the fucking English Premier League? Who knows, man?
Yeah. And is he there because his last name's Beckham, or because is he actually there because he's good? I don't know.
It's a bit of both, man.
Yeah.
They're always a bit of both.
Oh, well,
bro.
He's there. He's gonna give it a shot.
I
Good
mean,
good publicity for Brentford.
Yeah, no, really good, really good.
You never know.
Imagine he ends up like doing really well, bro.
Yeah.
And then
Come through the first team. You
could
never
have
know.
Kluivert and Beckham on the same team. That'd be fucking insane. That'd be
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird how much time has gone by, like since we first started watching football to now? Like,
Yeah.
it's to see their sons now, like literally, like obviously when we first started, their kids, they already had these kids, like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
yeah.
toddlers at that point, but now it's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that concludes our tier list. It was a long one.
It was
It
a
was a
long
very
one, man,
long
but
one.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. Looking back on it, I reckon we could have gone longer, but at the end of the day, yeah, pretty conscious in terms of how long we want to be doing these things. But at the end of the day, I think you have to go into that sort of depth sometimes, and just be, you got to be truthful and without bias. Tried our best. There's a couple
Yeah.
in there that we weren't the most honest with. But, look, if it's savage,
No.
you go die in a hole. But anyway.
Well, S tier we got Madison, Bellingham, Rice, and Beckham.
Yeah, let's go through it. Yeah. yeah.
And then I'm not going through all these names, but down low we've got Aubameyang and D.
Yeah, he's the worst for sure.
Yeah,
Well, nothing
I think I'm
special
pretty
there.
happy with this list.
Talentless. Talentless.
Emotionless, effortless,
Stuff it.
effortless nothingness.
Legit.